Well, it's been a while since I've been on here, but I'm planning on changing that and posting a whole lot more often. And thought I would start tonight on Halloween. Tonight it is me and my dogs, Sadie and Finn, my little mystery hunting hounds, are heading out to do a little mystery exploring of some dirt roads. Okay, tonight we're out looking. I come out here, I read this a long time ago about a story of a woman who saw Bigfoot in this area. And, you know, when you think Bigfoot, you think the Pacific Northwest. You don't think the Piedmont of Georgia. This is not bear country, y'all. This is not, you know, it's just not. We don't have bear. Every now and again you'll have an occasional bear, but they don't live here regular. So we're just doing a little driving around and looking. But in 2007, a woman who was a retired medical professional had gone to see a friend of hers, and it was about dusk. It was it was like July, so I mean it was, you know, it was still plenty daylight for her. And I love when creeks do this. See, I'll come across the road. Yes, I get distracted. Squirrel moment. Okay, we're out exploring this dirt road because years and years ago, I read a story about a woman who saw Bigfoot in this area. And ever since then, I really wanted to kind of look around and see what was up with that. You know, this is not the Pacific Northwest. This is the Piedmont of Georgia. And as you can see, this is not a highly populated area. It's very wooded. It's kind of swampy. Right now, with all the fall colors, it's absolutely beautiful. We are in the Moreland, Georgia area. I'm sorry if the camera shakes a little bit, y'all. I'm not used to doing this whole car thing. It's not my norm. But I grew up on a one-lane dirt road. Love me some dirt roads. Oh my goodness, a wood bridge. That's awesome. So the story goes that a retired medical professional was coming home from seeing a friend's house about 7 o'clock one night in July. I think I already said 2007, but hey, we're gonna say it again. And she was turning onto her road. She wasn't very far from home, and this like 7.5 foot tall black furry creature stepped out in the road, and she had to like swerve and nearly end up in the ditch to miss this thing. So it was like right at her windshield. It was right there, like a few feet away from the front of her car. And it didn't really look at her until it went across from right to left. There was a stand of pines. It came out of a stand of pines, crossed the road in front of her, which she had to and then it turned around, looked at her, and she said it looked like a bear standing on all fours, except when it looked at her, it had the features of a gorilla. And then it stepped up into the stand of pines, kind of up a hill, and went into the pines. And there was a lake behind the pines. Those are like scrub pines. I haven't found the exact spot that looks to me to be what was described. But in the words of Bobo from Animal Planet, this is totally squatchy, y'all. So, yeah. But that she got a really good look at it, and this was on the BFRO website. I couldn't help it. I looked it up. I was just curious one night, looking. You know how you do? You're bored. You start looking on the web. You don't know where you're going to end up. I ended up on. I think I was watching Animal Planet, and I ended up on their website. And I was curious. Has anybody ever seen something? Ooh, what a ditch. Ooh, pretty creek. Yeah, this is. I gotta show you this. Tell me that's not beautiful. And that Finn's. Barking. What is he barking at? What are you barking at, dude? Do you hear Bigfoot? That'd probably freak and need clean underwear if, let's see, can you zoom? Goodness, tell me that's not beautiful. Finn, what are you barking at? Please excuse Finn. Finn and Sadie both need groomings, which is on the list for the rest of this week. I would worry, but Finn barks at everything. He's a Maltese, and he barks at everything. Yes, he does. Yeah, he does. He barks at everything. It's beautiful out here. So yeah, that's the story. I'm sorry, I'm not scared. I'm really not. I know I'm supposed to be, I know it's like supposed to be creepy. It's scary. I don't know. I'm more afraid of people than animals or big. Now, if a 7-foot tall gorilla stepped out in the road in front of me, I have to say though, if we're talking about the fact that this poor woman, you know, when you think of things that people, the stories that you hear, this was not something, oh, here goes this is a power line and pines, like she was talking about. When you hear stories and people see like a blip, she said this lasted a full 30 seconds, which is a good enough time with as close of a look as she got. That's plenty of time to actually tell what you saw. It's hard to explain away. She's a nurse, she's been through nursing school, she's seen dead people. She's seen things. She's not, you know, she's not stupid. You know, this is not a stupid person. You know, so how do we reconcile this in our minds? You know, I can't find myself believing that, you know, I mean, here in Georgia, we run over everything, typically. I mean, especially deer. We hit deer all the time. So it's hard for me to believe that if it was here. There again, we have bobcat, and we rarely run over those. They're very stealthy. DNR swears we don't have cougar, but anybody who hunts will tell you there are a few, just a few. There's not tons, but there's a few. There was one that some idiot killed in 2008 in Troup County. Turned out to be a Florida panther. So, but my dad, the eastern cougar was declared extinct in, I think, the 1930s. But my dad was a taxidermist and a mechanic. And a man brought him an eastern cougar to mount. And Dad, like, put it was in a box, and he put it in the road. Because even then, it was illegal to have them. And he was like, you come get that, because I can't have it. That's just no. You don't kill those. And so it's actually really disturbing, because when because they've recently really truly said, no, there are none. And they lifted all protections, which means if they're here, they're not protected. Florida panther are protected, but not eastern cougar. It's a very fine line of definition between the two. I mean, it's literally a matter of DNA. If you see a cougar, don't kill it unless it's trying to kill you. Or your dog, okay? If it was trying to kill my dog, I'd kill it. But I would really not want to have to kill it. I really, really wouldn't. I have come to the paved road. It always makes me sad when I come to the paved road. I'm not a fan of the blacktop.